I'm going to talk to you about the back squat. So, starting from the feet, we're going to go to the feet, we're going to move all the way up to the shoulders with the squat. Any squat in general, not just the back squat, I'm going to go over that in a second. But, starting from the feet, most people most often are going to benefit the most from having your feet about shoulder width apart and your toes pointed slightly outwards. Also with your feet, as you are squatting, you've probably heard this before, but always try to keep your weight in your heels. Do not ever let it shift into your toes, because then we move up to the knees, and that's when your knees end up going in front of your toes. And if you have your weight in your heels, your knees will have a lot easier time staying above or behind your toes. So, the other thing with your knees in relation to your toes, see it all the time if you see anybody with really bad, poor squatting form. When they get to the bottom and they start to struggle, their knees are going to start caving in. That obviously has to do with how strong your hips are on the outside, but not only that, you do not think about pulling your knees outwards. So if you struggle with that and trying to keep your knees right above your toes where they should be, when you get to the bottom of the squat, pull your knees outwards as you start to stand up, just to increase the activation of your hips and your glute med and min, and to help your knees stay right above your toes. Moving up from there, you get to the hips. When you start to squat, it's not knees bend, hips bend. It's hips get pushed back and then knees bend and you drop all the way down to the squat. So it's not going to look like this at the same time going forward. You're going to push way back and then you will drop down into the squat, just as if you're going far back to sit in a chair that's too far away. Hips bend before the knees. Moving up from there, you get to the core. Just like any other lift, you keep your core braced all the time. Up to the shoulders, I'm going to do the back squat in a second. The position is back here, okay? Not forward. You want a very stable spot for the bar to sit on your back. It's not on C7, that vertebrae that sticks out. Usually if you back squatted before and you didn't have anybody qualified watching you, you end up with a sore neck afterwards. You pull your shoulders back just specifically so that bar has a good place to sit on top of your traps, or if you're going low bar, on the back or close to your deltoids.